What's going on, everybody? Lunchables episode. All the days are blending together. Every day is Sunday right now. Every day doesn't really matter. It's March 20-ish.
25th.
25th. There you go. We have a special guest with us today. We got Harry Mays on with us. He's in the heart of the epicenter of Pennsylvania. He's quarantined. He's not doing much of anything. Might sneak out, do a little golf tomorrow, which I'm a little jealous on, if we're being honest. So Harry Mays, thanks for joining Lunchables today.
Hey, good to be with you guys. I've been actually doing the same thing since the Super Bowl weekend. I didn't realize that, but I was social distancing since Super Bowl Saturday.
So you're a pro at part by now.
Yeah, I've been unemployed. I've been at home. Just playing golf whenever I can, exercising, and watching stuff on TV. And it's basically prepared me for what we've been going through the last, 2.5 weeks since the sports world shut down.
So we're on quarantine day like 14, 12. You're on like quarantine day like you're almost a month in.
Yeah, I'm at least
quarantine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So how does it feel like that far out? Is it different?
It's going to get better.
Yeah, it gets easier, guys. Trust me. We're on the way up.
So wait, what are you watching right now? What are you diving into?
Oh, you're gonna laugh. I like this show, The Outsider on HBO, which
I'm into it right now too. I'm almost tonight I'll have the last episode. I'll be done it tonight. So
I'm on like 8. So I'm still in the first season, episode 8, I think, but it's pretty good.
So good.
Yeah, I like that. I've been watching the Masters channel on YouTube. I finally figured out how to put YouTube on my big television through a smart TV. I'm not that smart, but I finally figured it out.
Hey, we got
getting like broadcasts of the old Masters final round, 1986 when Jack won his 6th, 1975 when he won his 5th. I've been watching that and forcing my wife to watch it. That's what we've been doing.
And I'm sure that's going over fantastically.
Actually, she digs it. She loves it. I think she likes golf more than me.
Let me get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Fall Masters. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to dig it because I want it to be played, but it's going to be so weird because you're not going to have any of the foliage. They basically set that place up for that week alone. The other 51 weeks of the year, it's basically shut down most of the year anyway. The entire summer, the place is closed. A lot of people don't even know that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Can't even go play it during the summer. It's shut down for like 5 or 6 months. So if they plan on opening it back up for let's say an October Masters, it's going to look totally different visually. And the appeal to the Masters is a visual stimulation, if you will, on TV. So that'll be totally different. I think it'll be kind of cool to experience that. So I'm all in.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, whenever it gets played, I just can't wait. I mean, then again, though, like I said to you, Kevin, if it goes another year, it means we get Tiger as the reigning champion for another 365. I mean, that's one way to keep the title.
But think about all that time when we may have football and baseball going on and still basketball and the Masters. You're not going to have enough TVs in your house for what's going to be happening at one time.
No, you're right about that.
You're going to have to take off like a week of work just because it's going to be nonstop. So let's dive right into
everything.
It's going to be just overload. So let's talk a little Sixers drama. So yesterday, ownership comes out. They say, we're going to cut 20%. And then I think maybe an hour later, they jump right back. And they're like, you know what, JK, we're just kidding. We're actually going to pay it full. Kevin, let's start with you. What was your take on the whole thing?
Shitty from the beginning. I mean, you have owners in the NFL and players donating millions upon millions of dollars. Owners saying that they're going to pay their employees, and then the stimulus package comes out today. But to have an owner of two teams that it's hilarious every time I hear that the owner of the Sixers and the New Jersey Devils, it does not make sense. At wages, it just looked so shitty, and the announcement was even worse. I think it just made them look so awful. But here, JoJo come out right away to try and back them was unbelievable. But it just, I feel like it was such a stain and a black eye on the entire team.
Yeah, it was a tough look. Harry, what was your first initial thought hearing it?
Well, it's that term that we hear all too often now, tone deaf. I thought it was a tone deaf example of being tone deaf, a rich organization that has not only profited from the fan base here, but has asked this fan base to go through a process, and I hate the term process because of this, over these last almost 5-6 years now since this whole thing started. I forget exactly when it was, but it's been a long time, and it has yet to deliver. And then they come out with this, and David Murphy did a great piece in the Philly.com Daily News today about it, and basically estimated or guesstimated at what that would have saved Joshua Harris and David Blitzer, and he overestimated it, and it came out to like $1.4 million or something. So
Just not worth it.
I feel like he can shit out $1 million.
He can.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that. How much, how many games is that for Al Horford? And
How many missed shots?
Terms, it's just ridiculous that you would even that had to get from the idea phase through certain checks and balances with that organization, and they all said, "Oh yeah, this is a great idea. Let's announce it." What kind
Put it out there?
Are you that stupid? I don't know. Tone deaf.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Tone deaf is that's it.
Yeah.
That is purple.
It was embarrassing. Really, was what it was and Harry, exactly to your point, for an organization that's asked the fans to go through hell and back, and who always seems to have some type of mismanagement from the organizational standpoint, whether it be the medical staff or whatever's going on up front. For that then to happen was just absolutely insane. I'm glad they came to their senses. I think at the end of the day, I know people are going to kill them for doing that too, but I'd rather them do that than you double down and just say, nope, we're going to stick with the 20%. So I'm cool with that. I like that there's a little bit of riff when you have Michael Rubin basically coming out and he's saying that he was against it. Maybe that was the pressure that it took. I don't know, but
I think Embiid had a lot to do with it.
I think so too,
really
yeah. So I like the riff in between trying to get. I will say, I don't know if you saw this, and I didn't verify this because I didn't look at Ben Simmons' social accounts yesterday before it happened, but last night Ben Simmons removed apparently all Sixers affiliation stuff from his Instagram and his Twitter.
Here we go.
Not great. Not great. If that's
what happens in the 2020 days that we live in. That goes down.
Great though. These last couple of weeks where we haven't really had any Sixers frustration. They became so frustrating as this season, started to slog on, and you knew they were going to get eliminated. If there are playoffs, they're going out in the first or second round. They're not past that, right?
Yeah, it's going to be yeah, I agree.
If they are, they do even play.
I think they're the most frustrating / disappointing team in the NBA this year.
Well, as far as the ones that I really care about, yeah. I mean,
there wasn't really. I'd see like the Spurs are.
They would have to be.
Year, but they weren't expected much, but they have because they were expected to take the East.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they
would have to. Yeah. All right. Moving on. We got hottest Philly sports media member. Harry, I'm going to start with you. What do you got?
All right.
Can't wait for this.
This question is designed to make me look like a creepy old man. So I really
correct. Thank you, Kyle. Shout out Kyle. He's out there somewhere in the closet.
Harry.
I really appreciate that out of you guys. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to throw you a couple curveballs here. I'm going to have to go with one of my neighbors and one of my former colleagues.
Okay.
And it's a toss-up between these two. I mean, who's better looking? Okay. John Clark. Okay? And Pat Gallen.
That is good.
Okay.
Oh, that is okay.
Right there. I'm going to throw you a curveball.
That is good.
I may have to go. Clark. Yeah, he is probably the best looking. Yeah.
Clark is classically good looking.
He's 6'3".
He would look good in every era. I could see him in the Roaring 20s with the top hat.
He should change his Twitter bio to Tall, Clark, and Handsome.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's good.
That is real good.
That. And nobody looks better at a Springsteen show holding up a lighter than John Clark. I mean, 6'3". He looks like the Statue of Liberty up there. Holding up the lighter.
I love it.
And then he's at Philly spring training with the red polo on. Sure. Looks phenomenal.
He always shows up to the airport fully dressed.
Right. Like I show up to the airport. I did a couple of trips last month in February. I went on 3 trips. And I beg to be coming back to the airport and seeing John Clark wanting to talk to me. Because that means you are somebody.
Yes.
That's the dream. That's the dream. That's how you know you made it.
Right.
Devin, who you got?
All right, I'm going to make sure the door's closed so my wife's not listening. I'm going to go Fox 29 anchor. I think she's on like 5, 6, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. She's all over. Shayna Humphreys.
Okay.
Dark hair, beautiful. Apparently Kyle has met her in real life, in person. So, very nice person. So that adds on. So,
but does Kyle follow her on Twitter?
Yeah. That's a great question.
Kyle?
Yeah.
From the sky? I would say probably yes. He probably does, but he doesn't know that it's Harry Mays to you on Twitter, which is very, very confusing.
It's sad.
It is sad. But yeah, I'm gonna go Shayna Humphreys, Fox 29.
I like it. So I went. So I thought more of we got a quarantine going on. We need entertainment in our life. No sports. So I'm thinking, who's going to be like the hot person to follow? All right. And I went Howard Eskin. And reason being, hear me out. All right. With no sports and him being as close to crazy as one can humanly be, he's going to start tweeting things just to get attention that are just going to be outrageous. So it's at the further we get into this quarantine, the crazier it's going to get. So that's going to be the hot name to follow. So I'm going Howard Eskin because the wheels are going to fall off pretty quickly.
Now, question for you. Do you think he sits in his home during quarantine with all the rings on and
100%.
the mink coat and he's just
100%.
sitting on his couch?
1,000%.
Interviewing on the couch?
I assume he has like a lazy boy that's made out of mink as well. Like it's just like a furry lazy boy. Like in the movie Get Him to the Greek where the walls are all furry, he's got that. That exact room, I think, is in Howard Eskin's basement.
Furry walls. Can he spell the word quarantine? Right?
Yo, I will say I'm not a great speller. I now know how to spell quarantine. First shot, no problem now after this. And we're only a week in. What else am I going to learn?
Last week, literally the number one thing trending on Twitter was quarantine something spelled wrong. That just shows you America.
I like quarantini better. No?
I saw one today. I guess somebody was trying to like get a girl to talk to him, and he was like, "I'm trying to see them quarantitties."
Oh, nice.
That one's pretty good. All right.
Good point, though, because as this thing goes on, however long this thing goes, there's a lot of people, in the media business that just can't stand not being the focus of attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Francesa's coming back again this weekend to do a show on the Fan about the COVID-19. And
is he really?
I'll watch every second of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's sitting in his house just like
because
losing his mind. Oh yeah.
Information on the coronavirus, but Mike Francesa.
That's right.
Only if he's fighting with Mad Dog.
Or himself. I mean, I don't really care. I could just watch him just go nuts by himself.
I hope he takes calls. I hope he takes calls.
Yeah, you want to be the first prank caller on hold.
Well, the best would be it'll take him a day and a half just to figure out how to get the calls if he's working like from his house. That part alone will be just the first day of him trying to figure out how to answer the phone.
I would just call him and just start coughing.
But it's not the coronavirus, it's the coronavirus.
Corona.
So this next question, me personally, I haven't stopped drinking. This is basically we're playing airport rules now with this quarantine. Which got us to thinking, if you had one drink for the rest of your life, what would that drink be? Got to commit to it.
Got to be good in the winter. Got to be good in the summer on the beach.
What are you thinking?
Well, I may get crushed here for someone, you or Kyle or anybody saying that it's the easy answer, but hear me out here. I'm gonna go with beer because one, I'm not being pigeonholed to just like one beer, right? It's beer.
So. Nope, one. We need one. We're getting specific.
See, we said one type of alcohol. Because
Nope. We're going one drink.
Okay,
I just changed the rules. I own the company. I
changed
changed the rules.
All right. Well, I was gonna go with beer because there's winter beers, there's summer beers, and technically White Claw. If you look on the can, it's considered a beer, so I could even have White Claw.
Nope. That's why I can't let you cheat. You got to pick.
Right,
because there's too many different types. What?
All right, then I'm gonna go with Bullet Bourbon. I mean, I can drink it on the rocks. I can make Manhattans. I can make old fashions. I can drink it with apple cider. I can put fucking emergency in it. I don't care. It'll still taste good. So I'm gonna go with Bullet Bourbon.
Okay. All right. I respect that, Harry.
Well, first of all, I started drinking again for the coronavirus. I had quit vodka for 6 weeks just to prove to myself and anybody else that doubted me that I could actually do it.
Welcome back.
But I started again, and it would be what I typically drink. I drink the same thing every day anyway, and it's Tito's vodka, about 4 fingers worth, a little bit of club soda, and then a splash, and I mean a dash of cranberry, just so it's sort of the pink and the red just sort of, ooze down into the drink over the ice cubes, and it's just like a blush. That's my drink, and it's summer, winter, it doesn't matter. No,
the drink looks like this. It's a problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I like it. So I had a tough choice because I think that there's different types of drinks. You have your, like, if you're just like pounded drinks drink, you have your wedding drink, which for me is a gin and tonic. So I was leading gin and tonic pretty hard. You could drink that on the golf course. But then I went with Old Faithful. I'm actually just going to take a Bud Light because I can't give up, like, heavy and fast drinking. If that's like that probably means I have an issue. As I said it, that didn't sound good.
Like,
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have, but I just can't give up. I can't give up beer. So I'm willing to give up the gin and tonics. Beer is too versatile, so I'll take a steady Bud Light and we'll just keep it moving.
Think about that, Joe. I mean, you can tailgate with Bud Light. You can definitely wedding drink with Bud Light. On the beach, Bud Light. Sitting in your house watching Sunday football, Bud Light. It's kind of the 5-tool player.
This is coming from.
It is a 5-tool.
This is coming from young guys whose metabolism has not shut down yet.
Yes,
because when you get to a certain age, the metabolism stops, and then beer makes you really fat.
And tequila is like the only thing. Isn't tequila like keto friendly and everything too?
Yeah. So the guy who's running all like the workouts that I'm doing from close to me right now, Bria Method, shout out. That's all he drank. He's like chiseled. He's got the 12-pack, and he just crushes tequila. He's like, it's the only thing you should drink.
Wow, must be nice. All right, last one on the docket. Dream foursome. All right, you can play around in golf. Who is in your foursome? 3 other people. Kevin.
Me? All right.
Who's your dream foursome?
So me. I would be involved in this.
Correct.
So
you're in.
I think that's assumed. That's the start. So I'm gonna go first guy in, Jim Nance. I want him to talk. I want him to commentate the entire round as we're playing. Kevin. I want it to be that master's speed.
Kevin Messina at 16.
Oh,
how great!
He's got 8 iron.
And Sean. So I'm gonna go.
Awesome answer.
Jim Nance. And I'm going to go Bill Murray. I mean, I need some jokes out there. How he plays. Maybe he's got the gopher to come out. So I'm going to go Jim Nance, Bill Murray, and I got to go with my guy Tiger. I want to know what that feeling is like when he's walking up, to the next tee with you and that intimidation. I want him wearing red. And it's just, Tiger. I mean, I'm going to hit every ball about 3.5 inches when he's standing next to me, but I won't care because I got Jim Nance, I got Bill Murray making fun of me, and then it's just a dream that Tiger Woods is there.
I thought about Tiger, but then I was like, how I'm going to ruin his day by hole 2. Like, he's just going to be like, all right, I'm out. So, like, I don't want to, it's one of those, like, don't meet your hero things. I don't want to meet Tiger and then immediately piss him off. Just ruin his day.
But then you got Jim Nance calming everybody down.
That is true. You're raising a great point. Jim Nance is a great pick. Harry, who you got?
Well, the only one that I could put in there over Nance, he's no longer living, but for the same idea would be Pat Summerall. Also great. All the action would be great. But I thought about this, and I think it's not going to be Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and my dad, like cliche like that, although that would be a pretty good time.
That would be.
I'm going to go 3 players. It would be Pat Perez, because he's freaking hilarious. Steve Elkington, because he'd bring the booze, and he's hilarious too. And Phil Mickelson, although I could probably not afford it because Mickelson apparently bets $5,000 to $10,000 a hole. So I'd be out after 1 hole. But
it'd be a hell of a hole, though.
Well, right. It'd be one hell of a hole, and maybe by the end of it, I would actually be able to hit a lob wedge from a tight lie because all 3 of those guys can do it.
I like that.
Great. Love it.
All right. So I also chose a player. I think you need a player. You need to get some tips. So I chose Ricky Fowler only because his old Snapchats where him and his buddies are running around shirtless, shoeless, just playing golf in the Bahamas. That looks like the most fun I've ever had. So I want a taste of that. I also picked George Clooney because I feel like you need a cool guy on the golf course like that if you're in a dream foursome scenario. I feel like you'd have some amazing stories. And when you're with Clooney, I feel like anything could happen. So like we'd start on the golf course, and who knows where we'd end up. Then
Dubai all of a sudden.
Yes. Lastly, I chose Barkley because 1, same thing. I need some comic relief. But 2, I need to guarantee I'm not the worst player in my foursome. And the way I do that is I add Barkley. Even though I know he's probably getting better, I just know that I could beat Barkley straight up. So I need somebody in the foursome who's worse than me, so I just feel a little bit better.
I could take 4.5 hours of watching swing. Serious. I mean,
do you think you could start picking up like the bad habits just by watching?
Yes,
that happens. Absolutely.
That's exactly why Mays picked who he picked, so he could hit a lob.
You just naturally pick it. That's a good point. Maybe I'll ride with Ricky, let Clooney and Barkley ride together, and then so we can kind of tee off and take notes from him. So everything Barkley does bad, hopefully Ricky can fix.
Now, did you see?
You played Barkley with Clooney. Clooney's gone by hole 2.
Yeah. Well, he's with the Cart Girls.
Right. True. Fowler played left-handed the other day and shot 94. Did you see that?
See, that just pisses me off. No, that's just like, showing off. That's so unfair. That is so unfair.
These guys are just like, think about them. They're still playing every day. They even got simulators in their house. It's just, is being a professional golfer one of the best things to be in a quarantine? I mean, because a lot of these guys live on a course. They can just go right outside. I live on the 6th hole. I play it every day.
It's got to be. I mean, I'm watching Riggs from Barstool every day. He's basically been at Pinehurst. He's basically living at Pinehurst, and he's just playing Pinehurst every single day by himself. I'm like, that is quite literally the dream.
Yeah. Social distancing while playing golf.
Yeah. If I didn't have a 1.5-year-old or a wife, this quarantine would be going a lot smoother, okay? All right? It would be lock me up for 14 days, throw away the key, I'll see you in a month. I'll do 6 months just to be safe. You
would officially become Joe Exotic.
Yeah, exactly. But I love my family. Very much. Or just drive me up a goddamn wall. All right. I mean, that's it. That's the show. Any last words? Any parting thoughts? What do you got? What do you guys? Harry, what are you working on right now? What are you doing? Just surviving?
What's in the dabble?
I'm not doing anything, man. I mean, seriously, this was the highlight of my day today. I've already done my workout. That's basically countdown to cocktails right now.
Beautiful. All right, so that sounds like we're gonna get more Harry Mays on then. That's what I'm thinking. I think I just heard that.
Okay.
That sounds like a podcast. Countdown to cocktails.
Countdown to cocktail does sound like a podcast. Put that on a shirt.
Do it.
Shout out Design.
I'm all in with more Mays.
I'm all in. Moremays.com. All right. Well, signing off, everybody. I have some Sour Monkeys to finish up. I dabbled a little bit yesterday. Gotta finish those up. I'll be watching and finishing Outsider tonight, so no spoilers for you, but it is good.
Get a little workout in and then start the drinking. Countdown to cocktails.
That's right. All right, boys. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Make sure to follow. Oh, retweet. Win yourself a shirt. We're giving out merch left and right. Retweet, follow Harry Mays at Harry Mays TU. See, I know it, Kyle. I follow him. Kevin, whatever his handle is, and then mine at Joe Pop Brand.
MS22.